Hey guys, Anna D here. Welcome to another episode of Me, My Health and I, where we get to speak to my favourite niece. Just kidding, Jazz. One of my beautiful nieces about her parenting style and her best pieces of advice. Just a heads up, she's the best fucking parent you've ever met in your life. Boom. Welcome, Erica.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
So fun.
So, a little bit of context, team. Erica is my beautiful niece. We are related. And I'd just like to straight away bring up this because we are going to be talking about parenting. So, whose food is that on your jumper?
This is my darling son Forrest's wheat backs and yogurt from this morning. Because parent life, I call it a badge.
It is a badge.
A mum badge.
Yeah.
Starts over here when you have a newborn.
Yeah,
and then it moves down to the
moves. We are going to be talking about parenting. So whose food is that on your jumper? Which is a very cute jumper, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah, very cute.
We had a morning.
Okay.
Yeah, Forrest had a morning.
What does he have on today? Like what activities, I should say?
We did have swimming this morning, but we didn't go because life and just we weren't having a good day.
Okay.
It was a hard morning.
It was.
And that's okay.
It is okay. Yeah. And that is exactly why I wanted to talk to you on this podcast, Me, My Health and I, because I have known you since you were born. And so I've known you through a lot of phases.
Yes, a lot.
And you, honest to goodness, are one of the most amazing parents that I have ever seen. You're super hands-on. You're very empathetic with your children, which I was not. And you let them learn through play.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's just really cool and
That's
refreshing
so
to what
kind.
it does make me feel like I was a real shit mum. So
No.
I was never empathetic. And they were not allowed to do anything fun because it would make a mess and then I would have to clean it up. So my first question to you is, did you decide you were going to be an amazing mum or has it just happened naturally?
No, you just go into it. You just thrust into being a parent. You just happens, and I think it just you figure out who you are when you are parenting. That's something I always think of is like your child is learning to be a child and you're learning to be a parent at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But I feel like 90% of people are thrust into being a parent. And 9% come out like you. I'm part of the other like 91% that just loses it on a daily.
Yeah. I think, no. I also lose it. I'm not perfect, not a perfect parent at all. I still growl and do all the things. Yeah,
but
I think it's like I try really hard to be mindful of what I just said. Like we're both learning at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to be a parent. They're learning how to be a child. And I always like to just like pretend that I am their age, you know? Like I think of what it would be like to be 2. Like it's really hard to be 2. Yeah. It must be so hard. Like, do you want a cookie for breakfast? Yeah, but you're not allowed one. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And that's really tough. So if my 2-year-old is throwing a tantrum this morning because he couldn't have a cookie, like I just try to be on the same level and understand like, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, today we can't.
Yeah. Well,
same level.
I have a 16-year-old who had a block of chocolate for breakfast, even though I was like, eat some proper food first. So he had an apple and then a block of chocolate.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's good parenting.
Thank you. But I wish I could put into words, you're just such a good mum. Like, I've seen I guess I'm going to go with Forrest. He has big emotions, and that's why we fucking love him. Yes. Ziggy has, especially when he was younger, big emotions.
Yes.
Your way to dealing with big emotions and my way are very different. I mean, I don't have to deal with it now because he's 16, but I couldn't. Although he was quite chill, probably more dealing with Lola's big emotions I did not handle it very well.
Yeah.
So watching you, and I guess you've just solved the problem. You just put yourself in their shoes.
Sort of. Like into context.
Yeah.
I have a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
Lily Moon,
Love Lily.
2-year-old Forrest.
Yeah.
And when I had Lily, I was just so outstanded about blown away with how magical having a baby is.
Aww.
Like, and those first few years of how much they learn and their little brains, and like they learn so much in the first 5 years of life. Like it's
insane.
It's mind-blowing. And I thought it was so cool and so, just so special that I was just parenting is it. This is it for me. This is what I was made to be. Like I was made to be a parent. And she is just like the sweetest, most beautiful, kind, loving little girl.
Yeah, she actually is though. Like, she's not lying.
Real life angel.
Yeah.
And I was like, parenting is so easy. Like this gig is so easy. I'm going to have 10 kids. Like, I don't know why all my friends are saying it's so hard. Like, this is easy. And all my friends would say, you're such a good parent. Like, blah, blah, blah. The first time round, I was like, thanks.
Yeah. You're like,
and then
so
I had
easy.
My beautiful Forrest boy.
Yes.
And I was like, whew.
He's wild.
He's a wild child. He's what's the one off the wild thornberries? You know,
yes.
the little crazy wild thornberry.
I can't remember what his name. I'm thinking like Jungle Book, like he's wild.
Yeah.
But like in the best way.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah,
so much fun. He was so much fun.
Yeah.
But then when I had him, I was like, I am not the perfect parent. I had the perfect child.
Yes.
Lily is easy. Such an easy baby, such an easy child, even still. And then I had Forrest, super easy baby as well, learning through the baby phases.
Yeah.
I just honestly Googled everything.
Really?
Any question I had, I Googled it. And I Googled so much that I would research it all, find out about their development and their eating and their sleeping. And that's how I did newborn baby life.
Wow.
Read through all this information and figured out what was going to suit me and my child, because there's way too much information.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse, Google.
Yeah.
But went through the information, find out what was going to suit me and my child.
That's the key right there, is what's going to suit you.
Because it's overwhelming. There's too much. There's too many options.
Yeah.
But newborn babies, I found that
Easy
very
peasy.
pleasant and easy. Toddlers and children, as each age, a new chapter, a new learning, and that's the same. Like I would take it on as a new learning task, and I still do now. Like 2 years old, that's a lot of learning to
and
go
so
into.
do you still Google stuff and
Yeah.
Because
I love learning about it. I think it's so fascinating.
Which is a great segue into your studying to be an early childhood teacher.
Yes, I am an early childhood teacher.
You are.
Well, I work as an early childhood teacher, and I'm also halfway through getting my degree to become an early childhood teacher.
How long does it take to get a degree?
3 years.
Where are you up to?
I'm almost finished my second year.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Next month, yeah.
Well done. You'd think, I'm family. I should know these things. We should
busy
really
life.
chat more, I was thinking, on our family chat. I haven't even told anyone I got a new job.
Oh, well, you better do that.
I'll do that after you go.
Good.
So was being a parent and then, well, I feel like I've answered my own question, but was being a parent and loving to learn about your children what made you want to be an early childhood teacher?
Yeah, 100%.
And you don't mind other people's kids?
So I thought that when I went into the role, I thought, I love my kids so much. I love spending every waking moment of my time with them.
Yeah.
Am I going to feel the same way about other people's
kids.
children?
Yeah.
And then am I going to spend all day with other people's children and want to go home and still spend time with my own?
Yeah.
And I do.
Oh,
I do.
gosh.
I just love it. I think it's such a special job. Like, you think about those first 5 years in a child's life, and like as a parent, like it's so remember when you send your child to daycare?
It's terrifying. I
so
cried.
Scary.
You cry all the way to work.
Yep. They cry, and then you get in the car, you're like, it's okay, and then you burst into tears. It's such a big thing.
Yeah.
And I feel just so honoured to be able to be the person on the other side for the parents, for the children, like, and also having that understanding as a mother as well. Like, I've been there, I've done that, I know it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm here for you, you're safe. Like, for the child, if they're missing their parent, like, I understand.
But also for the parent, like, being like, I promise you it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because I had some really good preschool teachers, but I also had some that I was just like, nah, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Ziggy used to, so when I first went back to work after Ziggy was born, I put him in the daycare in my building. So 3 levels apart. Cost my whole wages to put him into this fucking daycare.
Yeah.
And I only worked 3 days a week, which ended up being only 1.5 because he kept getting sick from daycare, but then they'd send him home. Oh, he's sick. I'm like, yeah, where the fuck do you think you got it from? Anyways, that's a different story. So I got pregnant with Lola and so became very emotional, and I would drop Ziggy off in the morning. 3 flights, remember? He would cry the house down, mama, mama. I'd go get into the lift every day for the 3 days, and I would cry all the way up to my desk, and people most days, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just pregnant and my kid is crying. And you could log on to cameras in the daycare centre.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So whenever I was like, oh, my baby. So I would go drop him off, get in the lift, go straight up to my desk, maybe 5 minutes, log on to the
happy as Larry.
Fucking dancing around. This
having
kid
the best time of his life.
Living his best life.
Yeah.
I'm still crying.
Yeah.
Watching the cameras. And I'm just like, fuck you. And it would happen every day, and I would know he's okay, but just that cry.
I know.
I feel like the teachers at that preschool or daycare were really, really good and would make me feel good. And they were like, check the cameras, guarantee he's going to be fine.
I always do that if a child is upset when their parent drops them off.
Yeah.
We don't have cameras.
No.
I find it pretty really intense.
Bougie, yeah. But it was good. It was like, because like you can keep an eye on the teachers. Like, you being nice to my kid? Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't be sitting there if you don't think they're going to be nice to your kid.
True.
But I always like send a picture of the child having a great time, like
to the
5.
parent.
Yeah, like send you a text of them playing,
that
because that's real sad.
It is.
And I understand it. Like, I think, like I was saying before, it's really nice being a parent and a teacher, because I understand both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can empathise with both the child and the parent.
Yeah.
What would you say then is the most rewarding thing about being a mum?
Oh, I think just like, you know, that your child just thinks you are like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, you are their person, you are their safe space. Like, they need you so much.
Yeah.
And it's so, like, you're so lucky.
Yeah.
We're so lucky to be that person for someone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. That
like,
just made me really like.
Yeah. It's so special. And they love you no matter what. Like, you can, sometimes you have days where you growl and you shout.
Yeah.
And they still just like, you're the best person in the world.
Yeah.
And on those days, I always make, one of my rules is I always make sure I say sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my big things as a parent. Like, if I lose my cool and I growl or I shout or whatever, I will always go and apologize to my child.
Yeah.
Because how can you expect a child under 5 to manage their emotions if you can't manage yours?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
So
like,
it took me a long time to learn that. But even now, because I will still lose my shit even now, I always make sure that I apologize.
Yeah, so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's like also a new generational thing. Like,
yes,
apologizing to
love my
your
money,
children.
but I would get yelled at and then we would just carry on like nothing happened.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that to my kids.
Yeah.
I did it a few times, but I think quite early on I was like, nah, We need to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Be like, you fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. Like, you pissed me off and I yelled at you and now I'm really sorry because I love you.
Yeah.
But sometimes you piss me off. Yeah. And I think acknowledging it, because it sort of resolves it.
Yeah. And it's also teaching them to say sorry for things that they do, you know, or like to acknowledge their emotions, like because you're acknowledging yours. And that's a big thing in like early childhood and under fives is learning self-regulation and you're dealing with your emotions.
Yeah.
And if you can, as the parent and as the adult, you're teaching them and guiding them how to do that themselves. Through life. Because there are so many adults that still don't know how to regulate their emotions. Badly.
But sometimes, But I think that's great. You are setting them up to be like healthy, functioning adults. Yeah. And that's the ultimate goal, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and same going if they're upset and crying and throwing a tantrum, that's also okay. Because sometimes as adults, we want to throw a tantrum.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to when you're two.
Tired and hungry, I'll revert to toddler-like and I will cry.
Yeah.
And all I need is something to eat and a little nap.
Yeah, sleep. Just a sleep, piece of chocolate, sweet as.
Yeah, I think once you keep them alive for the first year, you're like, nailed that.
Yeah.
Then it's
success.
It's all about teaching them to be amazing adults. I think that's the goal.
Yeah,
really.
totally. Yeah. Lily actually got a principal's award at school the other day.
Stop it.
And the teacher asked me to come along, so it made sure that I did.
Yeah.
Because I hate missing out on things with my kids. Like I almost cancelled on this podcast because I'm missing out on dancing lessons.
Okay. Let's hurry it up, guys.
I just don't like to miss out. I get FOMO. My kids are doing stuff. Anyway, she got an award at Assembly the other day and it was for always being kind and showing respect. Oh. And like as a parent, that was just like, screw spelling, screw reading.
Yeah.
Like, you're a good person and like I've won. Yeah. Like, you know, you've done a good job.
But being a good person will get you very far.
Yeah.
You can Google things. You don't need to know how to spell or do math.
No, calculators. You don't need.
Duh. Yeah. It's called an iPhone.
Be a good person and have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the rest.
Would you say... and you can be totally honest or you can lie. What's been the hardest thing about being a parent?
The hardest thing.
Yeah.
Balancing everything else.
Yes.
You know, we live in a world where you're meant to go to work full time and be a parent and have a tidy house and go to the gym and eat well and get a degree and do everything else. And have a social life and be a good loving partner. And it's like, that's really hard.
You're overwhelming me just listing those things off. Yeah.
I feel overwhelmed by that all the time.
Yeah.
But I think, the only way to, like, I'm not great at it. I'm not great at juggling it all because I put parenting
at the top.
Over my job, over everything else, over my relationship. Sorry, babe.
Yeah.
But like,
it could be worse. Like you could do crack and put that above everything.
Absolutely.
And you chose parenting. Yeah. Parenting is at the top. And look at your fucking kids.
It's a good thing.
They're so beautiful. They're so happy.
Yeah.
They're such like gorgeous children because of what you do. So is it perfect that you put parenting at the top? No. But I love it. And you don't do crack.
I don't.
So my next question was going to be, how do you look after yourself? For starters, don't do crack.
Don't.
But do you look after yourself? It's not really an answer.
You know, sort of.
Trying to.
Yeah. But so when I fell pregnant with my surprise Lily Moon.
Yes.
I wasn't really very happy. Didn't have anything going for me. Like life was just very dull. I was depressed, had anxiety, was overweight. Like just I wasn't feeling that great about life. And then I had a surprise pregnancy with Lily and it was like being a parent just switched my life. Like that made me want to live a good life and be happy and be healthy and
Gave you purpose.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. Like being a parent is what makes me want to look after myself because I want to be there for my kids.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
You want to be healthy and
you want to be able to run around with
do
them.
all the things.
And
yes,
you need to be fit to run after Forrest.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always got my water because you're exhausted.
Yeah.
Sleep. I get a lot of sleep.
You do?
So much sleep.
That's good.
That my partner takes the piss if I'm not in bed by 7:30. Like I put the kids to sleep, I get into bed.
Yeah.
Because I love sleep.
Same.
And that's my thing. That's how I take care of myself, I think. Like getting enough sleep.
But you have recently started gymming again.
I have.
Yes.
It's been an on and off journey for a few years.
Yeah. But you're getting better at it.
Yeah.
And again, there's a little bit of purpose behind it.
Yes.
With the, upcoming nuptials.
Yes. Not mine.
Yeah. Hint, Shay. You can have a baby with her, but you can't put a ring on it. All right then.
Come on, guy.
Yeah. We're all waiting. We'd love to have 2 weddings.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So you are, it's hard to find that balance and that routine. And then I guess you've got with studying as well. You are really doing it all though. You are being a good parent. You are getting a degree. You are a loving partner. Would be more loving if there was some diamonds in the mix, but that's okay. I'm sorry, Shay. You are doing everything. So, and you are kind of looking after yourself. Do you ever get burnt out by anything? And if you do, what do you do?
Yeah, I do. I think there's like times where my things are just real easy. They're like, go to the grocery store by myself.
Right, just for a little bit of...
Because also my working with children, like my life is wake up to my children, get them ready for school, drive in the car with my children to school, then go to look after other people's children all day, then pick up my own children from school, drive them home in the car, get home, do all the home things, and then put them to bed at night. Routine. Like I'm with under 5-year-olds every waking moment of my day. The only time I'm not with under 5-year-olds is when I'm asleep. Yeah. So I don't even remember the question. But I love it. Yeah.
I said, do you get burnt out?
I get burnt out because it's a lot.
Yeah. But so you go to the doing
small
things on your own.
I don't even get to drive my car without having a child. Yeah. So like going to the grocery store by myself. Yeah. And you're in silence. Yeah. I have to turn the radio off because I constantly have this like noise of people.
They are jibber jabberers.
So I turn the radio off and I drive in silence to the grocery store. Yeah. And it's like, that's my, little things like that. Like
sometimes
I need to get gas. I'm going to get some gas. Yeah. And at 5 o'clock at night because we need gas.
But that's good though that you could recognize it and do something about it.
Yeah. And I think having that conversation with your partner or, your parent of your children is like being open and honest about how you're feeling. Like we are really good at saying that. Like you need to go and like my partner, Shay, you need to go spend time with your friends because you're feeling this way and it's important for you and I need to go and do this. Yeah. And it's not often, but we do. Yeah. It's not often, but we do make sure we realise when we're feeling that way.
Communication is key to any relationship though. Yeah, and totally. I think, again, that the fact that you guys are so tight and you can be open and honest because not every day is good. Yeah. But you can be open and honest about it, again, is why your kids are both so happy. And so, like they just ooze happiness. What is the best piece of parenting advice either you've been given or that you know of? Like maybe you read it somewhere or someone said to you or...
Parenting advice?
Yeah.
Maybe like what I previously said about that you're both learning at the same time. Like you don't need to know what... You don't need to know because you're just learning how to be a parent. And it's to the age of that child at the same time. And it's okay to
that
just
you
like,
don't know.
just like take it a day at a time.
And Google everything.
Just Google
the shit out
Google
of it.
how to be a parent.
Start there.
I think like taking advice in small increments as well, like decide what works for you, because every child is different.
Yes.
Every family is different. Every parent is different. Like parenting advice for Lily over parenting advice for Forrest, very different.
Yeah, completely.
Completely different.
Because things change all the time. Do you feel like though that some parenting is getting a little bit too, I don't know, what's the word?
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Gentle parenting.
But a little bit too gentle?
Like, there was like gentle parenting when I became a parent at 24. And now, 5 years later, there's like gentle parenting. Like, whoa.
But I think
like,
even
just
kids,
rein it in.
Yeah, they want some
I do
boundaries.
think 100% routine is probably also one of my big things and pieces of advice. Like my life is
Structured.
all routine and structure because kids like that.
Yeah.
And babies as well. Like they need that routine and structure. It makes them feel safe.
Yes.
So always having that in place.
Yeah. Also, the good thing about structure is that if you do decide to do something spontaneous, it's so fun.
So fun.
Because it's way out of the blue.
Yeah.
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 No, I need structure in my, like I plan everything. I know exactly what I'm doing today, but I still will put it in my calendar.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing if it's not in my calendar. Yeah. Like set alert an hour beforehand because I'll forget.
Yeah.
Because as well when you're a parent and doing all those 50 other million things I just said about before, like your brain is just constantly going. So without my calendar, I just wouldn't know what I was doing.
Do you have any other like coping mechanisms or way to switch your brain off? Just sleep?
Yeah. Just sleep.
Sometimes exercise,
Sleep's my
like,
thing.
do you find, does your mind race when you exercise or not as much?
Not as much.
But still.
But as I said, this is not healthy, but like when I leave my children, I really miss them. And it's even at 4:00 in the morning when I'm waking up to go to the gym, I'm like, I'll miss you while you're sleeping.
You don't even know that I'm gone.
Yeah. But I said that to my partner the other day. I was like, could you imagine if Lily found out that I wasn't here at 4:00 in the morning?
But she would be beside herself.
She'd be livid.
Yeah.
She'd be pissed off.
She'd be like.
I was booked in the other day and she woke up at 4 and I couldn't come because she was awake.
Yeah.
And I would have been in trouble.
Should you?
Yeah. Which also isn't healthy.
It's out of routine and out of schedule.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I secretly go to the gym at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Their kids don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I want to play a word game. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. That's enough questions. We're going to play this word game now.
Oh, I'm scared.
No, don't be scared. So you've got 60 seconds and I'm going to say a word.
Yeah.
And then you just say the first thing that pops into your mind.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So I'll just, okay. Are you ready?
Mm.
All right. Boobs.
Breastfeeding.
Menstruation.
Oh, blood.
Blood.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Hormones.
Poop.
Nappies.
Health.
Wellness.
Lol, wellness.
That probably wasn't the first thing, but I just said it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, wellness is my next word.
Oh,
yeah.
Health.
Okay, mental health.
Ooh. First.
Ooh,
first place.
I like that. Sex.
What is that?
Feet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Toes.
Muddy.
Little
toddler muddy toes.
Okay, that's cute though.
Yeah.
Bumhole bleaching.
Oh, I don't know.
Body hair.
I don't know.
Okay.
This has gone on too long.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we went over a minute. Oh my God. Okay, I want to thank you so much, Eri. Thank you for coming and sharing your tidbits of wisdom about being, such a good parent. You should be so proud of yourself. You have beautiful children.
That is very kind. By no means perfect, but that's so kind.
I know,
Thank you.
but it was really cool to hear what you put into being a parent. So I want to thank you for sharing.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
So fun.
Mwah.
Love ya.